Whether you accept it or not, delay and misfortune are real forces that quietly drain people of time, strength, and opportunities. Every morning, many believers rise with vision, hope, and plans in their hearts. Yet the moment they attempt to move forward, it feels as though unseen restraints pull them backward. Jobs that seemed certain disappear at the last moment. Relationships collapse without clear reasons. Blessings that were almost within reach fade away like vapor. This is not random chance. This is spiritual opposition at work, intentionally designed to frustrate progress and keep lives locked in stagnation. Delay does not simply steal hours or days. It steals destiny. When blessings meant for today are postponed into tomorrow, something precious is lost. You lose seasons, momentum, and divine timing that were assigned to elevate you. Misfortune is not just a run of unlucky events. It is a dark spiritual climate that pulls disappointment, failure, and humiliation into every corner of life. Many people endure these cycles quietly, convincing themselves it is just how life works, never realizing that a spiritual answer exists. Here is the truth. Nothing in the spiritual realm happens by accident. If delay is active in your life, it was intentionally set in motion. If bad luck keeps trailing you, it was deliberately summoned. But here is the good news. God has given his children authority to cancel evil schedules and dismantle hidden traps, even within a single day. You do not have to spend another week trapped in delay. You do not have to carry misfortune into another month. There is a spiritual solution, and it can reset your path completely in just one day. I have witnessed people who wept for years because every attempt to move forward was swallowed by setbacks. Yet when they followed simple but spiritually charged instructions, everything changed suddenly. Job offers that were stuck for months came through unexpectedly. Marriages that had been blocked for years opened with speed. Finances that were frozen began to move freely again. This is what happens when delay and misfortune are uprooted at the spiritual level. The physical world responds immediately. What you are about to receive is not ordinary counsel. It is a solution born out of spiritual insight. Many have prayed, fasted, and struggled sincerely, yet the cycle of delay continued. That is because prayer alone, without prophetic action, is incomplete. Prayer without action is like sowing seeds and never watering them. But when prayer joins hands with prophetic instruction, deliverance becomes swift and undeniable. In one single day, by obeying simple but powerful steps, you can disconnect yourself from every curse of delay and misfortune. You can break the unseen chains restraining your destiny. You can force open doors that have resisted you for years. This one-day action carries the power to realign your life and redirect your future. It is not magic. It is alignment with divine authority and commanding your breakthrough to appear. Prepare your heart, open your spirit, position yourself for revelation. What you are about to hear has worked for many, and it will work for you as well. Do not doubt, do not hesitate. Delay and misfortune cannot survive where truth shines and prophetic fire is released. From this moment onward, you will rise with divine speed. You will step into unusual favor, and you will no longer live as a captive of delay. Delay and bad luck are not merely natural challenges. They are spiritual manipulations carefully planted by the enemy to derail a person's life. When you examine your journey and notice repeated patterns of almost success, moments where victory was close but never fully realized, that is not normal. It is evidence of spiritual interference. The silent fingerprints of forces determined to waste your time and bury your destiny before it matures. Think deeply about this. Some people are always the backup choice, always near promotion but never selected, always close to breakthrough but never celebrating. This is not coincidence or poor timing. It is spiritual programming. Delay is engineered to keep people running in circles so that while others advance, they remain stuck reliving the same battles. This is how destinies are slowed and families remain trapped in cycles of hardship for generations. Misfortune is even more dangerous because it forms an invisible aura around a person that repels good and attracts evil. People may reject you without reason. Opportunities slip away mysteriously. Doors shut the moment you approach them. You prepare thoroughly for an interview only for something strange to sabotage the outcome. This is not random. It is coordinated in the spiritual realm. Scripture shows us many examples of delay until divine intervention occurred. The Israelites wandered for 40 years on a journey that should have lasted days. That delay was not natural, it was spiritual. The enemy understands that if he cannot stop you completely, he can slow you down, and delayed blessings often lose their impact. A delayed marriage can become a source of pain. A delayed promotion can lead to discouragement. A delayed dream can slowly die. The roots of delay are often found in curses, covenants, and demonic altars raised against individuals or bloodlines. These hidden agreements act like chains, ensuring that progress is resisted no matter how hard you try. Misfortune, on the other hand, operates like an evil label, marking someone as unworthy in the eyes of men. Until these roots are broken, the cycle repeats year after year. But here is the hope. Anything planted spiritually can be you, rooted spiritually. If delay was programmed, it can be erased. If misfortune was summoned, it can be reversed. The solution is not fighting people, but confronting the real battle, which is spiritual. That is why God equips us with prayer, prophetic actions, and declarations to uproot evil seeds and replace them with speed and favor. Understanding this truth is the first step to victory. Stop blaming yourself for what is spiritual in origin. You are not stagnant without reason, and you are not unlucky by chance. Once you recognize delay and misfortune as enemies, you will know how to confront them and win. The first step to breaking delay and misfortune begins early in the morning before the noise of the day takes over. Many seeds of delay are planted at night through dreams, covenants, and spiritual manipulation. That is why morning is the most powerful time to rise in authority and reset your path. When you wake early and dedicate your day to spiritual cleansing, you reclaim control and silence every plan formed against you overnight. Begin by washing your hands and face with clean water. As you do, speak with authority. Every spirit of delay and misfortune be washed out of my life today in the name of Jesus. This act may appear simple, but it carries deep prophetic meaning. Washing symbolizes purification. By faith, you are removing every evil mark, every spiritual stain, and every curse of stagnation attached to you. Next, take olive oil or any anointing oil available to you. Place a small amount on your forehead, your palms, and the soles of your feet. As you anoint yourself, declare, my mind is renewed. My hands are blessed. My feet walk into open doors. The forehead represents destiny and direction. The palms represent labor and productivity. The feet represent movement and journey. Anointing them is a command for divine speed and favor to guide your day. When oil touches your forehead, every evil covenant targeting your destiny is broken. When it touches your palms, failure is removed from the works of your hands. When it touches your feet, favor is commanded to follow your steps. This act shuts down delay and dismantles the atmosphere of misfortune. It realigns your spirit with God's plan for acceleration and success. Oil carries spiritual weight. It breaks burdens, restores lost time, and accelerates purpose. That is why beginning your one-day solution this way establishes a powerful foundation. After this, take a moment to thank God for His mercy and invite Him fully into your day. Speak boldly over your life. Declare that today you will not be delayed. Today misfortune will not follow you. And today your destiny moves forward with speed. These words are not empty. They command alignment in the spiritual realm. From that moment, you will sense a shift. The heaviness that once followed you will begin to lift. Your mind will feel clearer, your spirit lighter. This is not ritual. It is prophetic obedience backed by authority. The next step is to cleanse your environment. Delay and misfortune do not only attach to people, they also cling to spaces. If your home carries spiritual contamination, blessings can be blocked before they reach you. Prepare a bowl of clean water and add a pinch of salt. As you stir, declare that every covenant of delay and misfortune is broken in the name of Jesus. Salt represents purification and preservation. When combined with water, it becomes a powerful spiritual cleansing tool. Sprinkle this water at your doorway, in corners of your rooms, and near your windows. As you do, declare that delay is removed and only favor, peace, and speed are permitted in your home. Then take a piece of paper and write the words delay, misfortune, failure. Look at them with righteous anger and declare that I no longer rule your life. Lift the paper in prayer and cancel every assignment attached to those words. Burn the paper safely and watch it turn to ash. Fire represents judgment. As it burns, divine judgment is released against every altar working against your destiny. Your future is being rewritten by God's hand. Afterward, thank God aloud for freedom and declare that your life has been reset to divine speed. At midday, do not remain silent. Stand under the open sky or by a window and declare with authority that you reject delay and misfortune and accept divine speed and favor. Midday represents fullness of light. Your declarations at this hour summon heaven's response. Speak boldly. Visualize chains breaking and doors opening. Thank God for turning stagnation into acceleration. As night approaches, seal your victory. Before sleep, pray and read Psalm 23 or Psalm 91 aloud. Declare protection and final deliverance. Anoint your forehead again and declare that you are sealed and untouchable. Sleep with faith, not fear. Declare that you will rise in speed and peace. Angels will guard your rest and protect your destiny. Finally, lift your right hand and release final declarations. Speak boldly that delay is over, misfortune is cancelled, and your life now moves forward with speed and favor. Believe that heaven records your words and responds. What took years to block can be undone in one day. This is the power of faith joined with prophetic action. Remain connected, return to these steps whenever needed, and walk boldly in your victory. Share this message with others. Stay connected to Joshua Selman wisdom, where chains are broken and destinies are restored. Your season of delay has ended. Your cycle of misfortune is destroyed. From this day forward, speed, favor, and breakthrough define your life. As you step into this new phase, understand that transformation does not always announce itself with noise. Sometimes it begins quietly, like a seed breaking open beneath the soil. Do not be discouraged if the change feels subtle at first. The spiritual realm moves before the physical realm responds. What has shifted today is deeper than emotions. Something real has been reordered. What once resisted you has lost its authority. What once blocked you has been stripped of its power. Even if you cannot yet see everything clearly, trust that heaven has already moved ahead of you. From this day forward, be intentional with your words. Your mouth is not just for speaking, it is a spiritual instrument. Every time you speak negatively about your life, you unknowingly invite delay to return. Every time you say, nothing ever works for me, you reopen doors that were already shut. Instead, train yourself to speak alignment. When things look slow, say, speed is working for me. When doors appear closed, say, my door is opening at the right time. When people doubt you, say, God is arranging helpers for my destiny. These are not lies. They are faith-filled declarations that keep your atmosphere clean and your breakthrough protected. Also understand this clearly. After deliverance comes testing. The enemy often tries one last time to see if you truly believe what has changed. Do not panic if small resistance appears. Resistance does not mean defeat. It means the battle has shifted and you are now standing on higher ground. When pressure comes, do not retreat into fear. Stand firm in what you have declared. Say it again. Pray again. Anoint again if needed. You are not repeating rituals. You are enforcing victory. Be careful who you allow access to your spirit in this season. Not everyone can handle the version of you that is rising. Some people are comfortable with you only when you are delayed. When acceleration begins, their discomfort will show. Do not explain yourself to those who benefit from your stagnation. Guard your peace. Protect your faith. Spend more time with people and teachings that build your spirit and less time with voices that sow doubt. Destiny moves fastest in environments of faith. You may notice that your desires begin to change. Things that once excited you may lose their appeal. This is not loss, this is alignment. God often removes distractions before releasing acceleration. You cannot move fast while carrying unnecessary weight. Let go without regret. What is meant for you will not require struggle, confusion, or compromise. It will come with peace, clarity, and confirmation. Pay attention to instructions that come quietly into your heart. A sudden idea, a strong urge to apply, call, move, or start something. These nudges are not random, they are divine signals. Delay often thrives when people hesitate too long. When God gives direction, obedience releases speed. You do not need to know every detail. You only need to take the next step with faith. Motion invites momentum. If you experience restoration, do not be surprised. Lost opportunities can return in new forms. People who ignored you may suddenly remember you. Doors that once rejected you may reopen with ease. This is not coincidence, this is compensation. God does not just remove delay, He redeems time. He restores years that were wasted, energy that was drained, and joy that was stolen. When restoration begins, stay humble. Gratitude sustains favor. Continue to cover your nights in prayer. Dreams are gateways. Ask God to cleanse your dream life. Declare that no strange dream, no backward journey, and no spiritual attack will have access to you. Your sleep should refresh you, not drain you. When your nights are protected, your days become productive. Remember this always. You are not fighting to be free. You are enforcing the freedom already given to you. Delay and misfortune no longer have legal ground in your life. They survive only where people doubt or stay silent. But you will not be silent. You will not doubt. You will walk consciously, speak boldly, and act with faith. When progress begins, do not rush to announce everything. Some victories grow best in silence. Let results speak. Let consistency testify. Let your life become the evidence. People will ask what changed. You will not need to argue. Your peace, clarity, and movement will answer them. If at any point you feel tired, rest, but do not quit. Rest is wisdom. Quitting invites delay. Even divine acceleration requires patience to mature. Trust the process without returning to fear. You are not behind. You are right on schedule now. Stay anchored in prayer. Stay grounded in faith. Stay alert in obedience. This is how speed is sustained. This is how favor remains. This is how destiny unfolds without resistance. You are no longer walking alone. Heaven is invested in your movement. Angels are assigned. Teach all your steps. Grace is backing your efforts. From now on, things will begin to align instead of scatter. You will arrive instead of circle. You will finish instead of abandon. Let this truth settle deeply in your heart. Your life is not cursed. Your future is not blocked. Your journey is not delayed anymore. What was heavy is now lifted. What was slow is now moving. What was hidden is now emerging. Remain connected to Joshua Selman wisdom. Stay fed. Stay prayed up. Stay expectant. This is not the end of a message. This is the beginning of a new chapter. And as you walk forward, carry this assurance with you every single day. Delay has lost you. Misfortune has released you. Speed, favor, and breakthrough have found you. As you continue walking in this new season, learn to recognize the difference between delay and preparation. Not everything that takes time is meant to harm you. Sometimes God slows you briefly to strengthen your roots so that when speed comes, you do not collapse under the weight of blessing. The enemy delays to frustrate you, but God prepares you to sustain you. Ask for discernment so you do not confuse divine timing with spiritual resistance. When God is involved, even waiting carries peace. When the enemy is involved, delay brings heaviness, confusion, and fear. Now that your path has been reset, peace will begin to guide you more clearly. You may notice that your confidence begins to return in quiet ways. You start believing again. You begin to hope without forcing it. You look at the future and feel expectation instead of dread. This is healing taking place. Delay wounds the heart, not just the timeline. Repeated disappointment can make a person afraid to dream again, but God is restoring your courage. He is teaching your heart how to trust again. Step by step, moment by moment, allow this healing to happen. Do not rush it. Wholeness is part of acceleration. Be patient with yourself as you grow. You may still remember past failures. You may still hear old voices that told you it would never work. Those voices are echoes, not prophecies. They belong to an old season that no longer has power over you. When those thoughts rise, answer them with truth. Say, that season is over. I am moving forward now. Speak gently but firmly to your own soul. You are learning a new rhythm and it takes grace. You will also begin to notice small victories. Do not ignore them. Celebrate them quietly in your heart. A smooth conversation, a timely call, a peaceful decision. These are signs of alignment. Speed does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it flows like a steady current, carrying you forward without stress. Learn to recognize God's hand in the small things. Gratitude multiplies momentum. There may be moments when you are tempted to compare your journey with others. Resist that temptation. Comparison reintroduces delay by draining joy and focus. Your path is unique. Your timing is intentional. What God is doing with you cannot be measured by someone else's progress. Stay in your lane. Keep your eyes on what God is unfolding in your life. Destiny grows best when comparison is silenced. Remain sensitive to your spirit. If something feels wrong, pause and pray. Speed does not mean recklessness. Divine acceleration still requires wisdom. God opens doors, but He also teaches discernment. Not every open door is your door. Not every opportunity is your assignment. Ask God to guide your steps so that speed carries you forward, not sideways. As blessings begin to show up, stay rooted in humility. Pride invites resistance, but humility sustains flow. Remember where you came from, not with pain, but with gratitude. Let your story deepen your compassion for others who are still waiting. Do not judge them. Encourage them. Pray for them. Your testimony will become a light to those still walking through darkness. You may feel called to pray more for others than before. This is not accidental. When God breaks chains in your life, He often uses you as a channel for others. Intercession keeps your spirit sharp and your heart soft. As you lift others, you remain lifted. As you sow prayers, you reap protection. Guard your routines. Consistency keeps victory stable. Continue your prayers. Continue speaking life. Continue anointing when led. These are not acts of fear. They are acts of stewardship. You are maintaining what God has given you. Just as a garden must be tended, your spiritual life must be cared for. What you nurture will flourish. There will come a day when you look back and realize how far you have come. The struggle that once consumed your thoughts will feel distant. The pain that once defined your nights will no longer have a voice. When that day comes, remember to give God the glory. A thankful heart keeps doors open. Stay alert, but do not live in fear. You are no longer vulnerable the way you once were. You are covered. You are strengthened. You are aware. Delay thrives in ignorance, but you now walk in understanding. You know how to rise, how to speak, how to pray, and how to stand. That knowledge itself is power. Trust that even when things do not happen instantly, they are still happening. Heaven is not slow. Heaven is precise. Every step you take in obedience is recorded. Every tear you cried has been counted. Nothing was wasted. Not one season, not one prayer, not one moment of endurance. God is faithful to complete what He started in you. Let peace become your companion. Let hope become your language. Let faith shape your decisions. You are not chasing blessings anymore. Blessings are aligning with you. You are not fighting delay anymore. Delay has lost its grip. Carry this truth endure every day. Wake up with expectation. Move with confidence. Rest with assurance. Speak with authority. Live with gratitude. And as you continue this journey, stay connected to Joshua Selman wisdom. Stay rooted where truth is shared, faith is strengthened, and destinies are awakened. This path you are walking now is not accidental. It is ordained. You are rising. You are advancing. You are becoming. And nothing that once held you back has permission to follow you forward. As the days unfold, you may begin to notice that your reactions are changing. Things that once triggered fear no longer shake you the same way. Situations that once caused panic now invite prayer instead. This is strength growing inside you. Delay weakens confidence, but freedom rebuilds it quietly. You are learning to respond from faith instead of fear, from wisdom instead of frustration. This inner change is just as important as external progress, because what God is building in you must be strong enough to carry what He is bringing to you. There will be moments when silence surrounds you. No sign, no message, no visible movement. Do not assume nothing is happening. Silence is often the space where God is arranging details you cannot yet see. The roots of a tree grow in silence before the branches appear. Trust the silence. Rest in it. Let it deepen your faith instead of shaking it. If old memories rise and try to remind you of past disappointments, do not push them away with anger. Acknowledge them, then release them. Say, that chapter is closed. You are not denying your past. You are refusing to live in it. Healing does not erase memory, but it removes control. The past no longer defines your future. You may also notice that people begin to treat you differently. Some will respect you more. Others may distance themselves. This is not rejection. It is repositioning. When your season changes, your circle often changes too. God sometimes removes familiar faces to make room for destiny helpers. Do not chase those who leave. Bless them and move forward. What is aligned with your future will find you. Pay attention to how peace becomes your guide. When you feel peace about a decision, even if it looks risky, take it to prayer and move carefully forward. When you feel unrest, even if the opportunity looks attractive, pause. Speed without peace creates regret, but speed with peace creates lasting progress. You may feel prompted to clean up certain areas of your life. Old habits, old commitments, old distractions. This is not restriction. This is preparation. God often clears space before filling it. Do not resist this process. What you release now makes room for what is coming next. As blessings increase, remain teachable. Pride closes ears, but humility keeps you growing. Stay willing to learn, to adjust, to listen. Wisdom sustains acceleration. The faster you move, the more important guidance becomes. Let your prayers become conversations, not just requests. Talk to God about your fears, your hopes, your questions. He is not distant. He is present. The more you commune with Him, the clearer His direction becomes. You may begin to feel joy returning in simple moments. A smile without effort. A laugh without guilt. This is restoration. Delay steals joy, but freedom restores it naturally. Allow yourself to enjoy life again. Joy is not a distraction from destiny. It is fuel for it. When setbacks try to appear, do not interpret them as signs of failure. Sometimes they are redirections. Sometimes they are protections. Ask God what He is teaching you, not why it happened. Understanding turns obstacles into stepping stones. Keep your faith active even when results come. Do not relax your spirit just because things improve. Stay prayerful, stay grateful, stay alert. Consistency keeps blessings flowing. You are no longer the person you were when this journey began. You see differently now. You speak differently. You believe differently. This growth matters. Destiny is not only about where you arrive, but who you become along the way. Trust that God is intentional with you. He has not forgotten your name. He has not skipped your turn. He has not delayed your blessing without reason. Everything is aligning with precision. As you continue to listen, learn, and obey, you will notice that progress feels lighter, less struggle, less resistance, more grace. This is divine assistance at work. Stay connected to Joshua Selman wisdom. Stay where truth sharpens faith, and faith produces results. This connection is part of your covering, part of your growth, part of your stability. Carry this confidence with you gently but firmly. You are not rushing anymore. You are moving with purpose. You are not chasing anymore. You are attracting You are not surviving anymore. You are building. And as each new day rises, let this assurance settle deep within you. You are guided. You are protected. You are advancing. And nothing that once delayed you has the strength to stop what God has already set in motion. As time goes on, you'll begin to trust yourself again. Delay often makes people doubt their own judgment, question their abilities, and second guess every decision. But now clarity is returning. You will sense when to move and when to wait. You will know when to speak and when to stay silent. This inner confidence is not pride. It is alignment. It is the quiet assurance that God is guiding your steps even when the road is unfamiliar. There may be days when emotions rise without warning. Joy mixed with tears, gratitude mixed with reflection. Allow it. These emotions are signs of release. You are letting go of years of pressure, disappointment, and unanswered questions. Healing is not always calm. Sometimes it flows through tears, through deep breaths, through moments of stillness where your soul finally feels safe enough to rest. Do not be surprised if your prayers begin to change. You may find yourself asking less for survival and more for purpose, less for escape and more for direction. This shift matters. It means you are no longer trapped in reaction mode. You are stepping into intention. You are no longer just trying to get through life. You are learning how to live it fully. When challenges come, and they will, remember who you are now. You are not powerless. You are not confused. You are not abandoned. You are equipped. You are aware. You are supported by heaven. Speak to the challenge, not about it. Declare truth over it. Do not magnify the obstacle. Magnify the authority you carry. Some answers will come faster than you expect. Others will unfold slowly. Both are purposeful. Fast answers build faith. Slow answers build character. You need both. God is not only interested in giving you what you ask for, He is committed to shaping you into someone who can carry it with wisdom, humility, and endurance. There will be moments when you are tempted to go back to old patterns simply because they are familiar. Resist that urge. Familiar does not always mean safe. You have outgrown certain habits, certain mindsets, and certain relationships. Going back would only slow you down again. Honor your growth by moving forward. Even when forward feels uncomfortable, pay attention. Eye on to the peace that now follows you. It may not remove every problem instantly, but it steadies your heart while you face them. Peace is a sign that God is near. When peace is present, fear loses its grip. Let peace guide your choices. Let it calm your reactions. Let it remind you that you are not alone in this journey. You may begin to sense gratitude rising for things you once resented. Past delays, missed chances, closed doors. With new understanding, you may realize that some delays protected you. Some closed doors saved you. This does not justify the pain, but it redeems it. God has a way of turning even the hardest seasons into wisdom that blesses your future. Continue to speak life over yourself daily. Even when you feel tired, even when nothing seems to change. Words carry weight. They shape atmosphere. They influence outcomes. Speak hope when your strength feels low. Speak faith when doubt tries to whisper. Your voice matters more than you realize. Stay disciplined with rest. Rest is not weakness. It is wisdom. Acceleration without rest leads to burnout. God values your well-being as much as your progress. When you rest, you trust Him. When you trust Him, you move with grace instead of strain. As opportunities begin to come, take time to pray before responding. Not every opportunity is meant to be seized immediately. Ask God for confirmation. Ask for clarity. Ask for alignment. When you move in agreement with heaven, effort feels lighter and results last longer. You are becoming more aware of the spiritual world around you, not with fear, but with understanding. You recognize when to pray, when to speak, when to wait. This awareness is a gift. Use it wisely. It will protect you and guide you through seasons of growth. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. Small daily actions build lasting change. A few minutes of prayer, a few words of declaration, a moment of gratitude. These simple acts strengthen your foundation and keep delay from finding a way back in. You may notice that your desires are becoming purer. Less about proving yourself, less about competing, more about fulfilling purpose. This is maturity. Purpose-driven lives move faster because they are not distracted by comparison or insecurity. Stay open to learning. Wisdom is not a destination, it is a journey. Listen to counsel that aligns with truth. Stay teachable. Growth multiplies when humility leads the way. Remain connected to Joshua Selman wisdom. Let your spirit stay fed. Let your faith stay strong. Let your understanding deepen. This connection is part of how you remain grounded while you rise. As you look ahead, do so with calm expectation, not anxiety, not pressure, just steady trust. God is already in your future, preparing what you will need when you arrive. You do not have to rush. You are not late. You are moving exactly as you should now. Carry this confidence gently into each day. Walk knowing that what once delayed you no longer has permission to follow you. You are free, you are guided, you are advancing, and step by step, your life is unfolding into the very thing God designed it to be. As you keep moving forward, you will start to notice how your patience is changing. Not the kind of patience that feels forced or tired, but a calm patience that trusts the process. This patience does not come from giving up. It comes from confidence. It comes from knowing that what is meant for you cannot miss you. You no longer rush out of fear. You move with intention, with balance, with trust. You may begin to feel more present in your daily life. Simple moments will matter again. Conversations will feel deeper. Decisions will feel clearer. Delay once kept your mind trapped in the future, always worrying about what had not happened yet. Now you're me. NDE is learning how to rest in the present while still expecting good things ahead. This is healthy faith. This is stability. There will be days when progress feels slow again, but it will not feel heavy like before. That is how you know the difference. The weight is gone. The pressure is gone. Even when you wait, you are no longer stuck. You are moving internally. You are growing. You are being prepared. This kind of waiting does not steal your joy. It strengthens it. When disappointments try to resurface, remind yourself gently that not every delay is denial. Some outcomes change because God is protecting you from paths that look good but lead nowhere. Trust His wisdom more than your expectations. What He withholds is just as important as what He releases. You may find yourself forgiving people you never thought you could forgive. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Unforgiveness creates spiritual weight. Forgiveness releases speed. When you let go, you lighten your soul and make room for new blessings. Forgiveness does not excuse the past. It frees your future. Stay aware of how far you have come, even if the destination feels ahead. Honor the distance you have already covered. There was a time you did not have this clarity. There was a time you did not have this strength. Growth is happening, even if it is quiet. Let your faith remain active, not anxious. Active faith listens, obeys, and trusts. Anxious faith rushes, worries, and doubts. Choose the kind of faith that rests while it works. That balance is where grace flows. As your life becomes more ordered, you may feel a stronger desire for truth and depth. Shallow conversations may no longer satisfy you. Empty distractions may lose their appeal. This is not loneliness, it is elevation. You are becoming more intentional with your time, your energy, and your focus. Be gentle with yourself. What? And you make mistakes. Growth includes learning. Learning includes correction. Do not condemn yourself for moments of weakness. Instead, learn and adjust. Condemnation slows progress, but understanding restores momentum. There will be moments when you look back and realize that what once hurt you has taught you something valuable. Wisdom often comes from pain that has been healed. Let that wisdom guide you forward without bitterness. Continue to invite God into your decisions, both big and small. A simple prayer before acting can save you from unnecessary stress. Divine guidance simplifies life. It does not complicate it. As your confidence grows, do not confuse it with self-reliance. Stay dependent on God. Dependence keeps you aligned. Independence without God creates new delays. Stay humble, stay prayerful, stay aware of where your strength truly comes from. You may notice that others begin to seek your advice or your prayers. This is not accidental. What you have overcome gives you authority. What you have survived gives you credibility. Use it wisely. Encourage, do not boast. Lift, do not judge. Let gratitude become your daily habit. Gratitude protects joy. Gratitude keeps your heart soft. Gratitude reminds you that even the smallest progress is worth celebrating. Remain rooted in truth. Remain consistent in prayer. Remain open to learning. These are the anchors that keep your life steady as blessings increase. Stay connected to Joshua Selman wisdom, not as a routine, but as a source of nourishment. Growth requires feeding. Faith requires reinforcement. Stay where your spirit is strengthened. As you continue forward, remember this deeply. You are not trying to escape delay anymore. You have already stepped out of it. You are not fighting misfortune anymore. It no longer has access to you. You are building, growing, and advancing with intention. Walk gently, but confidently. Move slowly when needed, but never backward. Trust deeply. Pray sincerely. Speak boldly. Rest fully. And with every new day, let this truth settle even deeper within you. You are aligned. You are protected. You are progressing. And nothing that once held you back has the power to define where you are going now. As this journey continues, you may realize that hope feels different now. It is no longer fragile or forced. It feels steady, grounded, and alive. Hope is no longer something you are trying to hold on to. It is something holding you up. Even on difficult days, there is a quiet strength inside you that refuses to give up. That strength is not from you alone. It is God sustaining you, reminding you that your life is moving forward. Even when the road feels long, you may begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Conversations that once felt draining may now open doors. Situations that once confused you may now bring clarity. This is not because the world has changed. It is because you have changed. Your perspective has shifted. Your discernment has grown. You are seeing with clearer eyes and a stronger spirit. There will be moments when you are tempted to explain your past struggles to others, to justify where you are now. But you will slowly learn that you owe no one an explanation for your healing. Your progress does not need approval. Your peace does not need permission. Let your life speak for itself. The evidence will be clear in your consistency, your calmness, and your forward movement. As you walk, you may feel God asking you to trust Him in deeper ways. Not just with outcomes, but with timing. Timing is where many people struggle, but now your heart is learning patience without frustration. You are learning to trust that God's clock is not slow. It is precise. Every delay that once hurt you has now trained you to recognize divine timing. When it appears, some days will feel ordinary, nothing dramatic, nothing exciting, just normal routines. Do not underestimate those days. Ordinary days are where foundations are built. Destiny is not only shaped in big moments, it is formed in daily obedience, quiet discipline, and consistent faith. Every ordinary day lived with trust is moving you closer to fulfillment. You may notice that fear no longer controls your decisions. Fear may still try to speak, but it no longer leads. Faith now has a stronger voice. When fear rises, faith answers. When doubt whispers, truth responds. This inner dialogue matters. What you allow to lead you will determine how far you go. Be mindful of restlessness. Restlessness can be a sign that something needs prayer, not action. Before rushing to fix or change something, pause and listen. God often speaks in stillness. The more you learn to be still, the clearer His direction becomes. You will find that gratitude is becoming more natural. You thank God not only for what He has done, but for what He is doing quietly. Gratitude keeps your heart open. It keeps your spirit light. It keeps you aware that even now you are blessed. When you face uncertainty, do not let it overwhelm you. Uncertainty does not mean God is absent. It means He is inviting you to trust Him beyond what you can see. Faith grows strongest in moments where sight is limited, but trust is required. You may begin to sense a deeper compassion for others who are struggling. Not pity, but understanding. You know what it feels like to wait, to hurt, to hope. Let that compassion guide your words and actions. Kindness given freely often returns unexpectedly. Stay watchful of your inner life. Protect your thoughts, guard your heart. What you allow inside will shape what you experience outside. Choose peace, choose truth, choose faith as your life continues to align. Remember that growth does not mean perfection. You will still learn, you will still adjust, and that is okay. Progress is not about never stumbling. It is about always rising again with greater wisdom. Keep inviting God into every season, not just the difficult ones. Thank Him when things are good. Seek Him when things are unclear. Stay connected in all moments. Relationship sustains direction. Remain connected to Joshua Selman, wisdom. Let your spirit continue to be fed with truth that strengthens your faith and sharpens your understanding. Staying connected is part of staying aligned. As you walk forward, do so without fear of the past and without anxiety about the future. Today is enough. Grace is sufficient. Direction is present. Let this assurance stay with you. You are not wandering anymore. You are walking with purpose. You are not delayed anymore. You are advancing. And step by step, day by day, your life is unfolding in alignment with God's plan, guided by peace, strengthened by faith, and carried by hope that will not fail. As you keep walking, you may begin to notice that your heart feels lighter, even when circumstances are not perfect. This lightness is not because everything is solved, but because you are no longer carrying the weight alone. You have learned how to place your burdens in God's hands instead of letting them crush your spirit. This is freedom. Freedom is not the absence of challenges. It is the presence of peace in the middle of them. You may start to feel more secure in who you are. Not because people praise you, but because you no longer need constant validation. Delay once made you seek approval, hoping someone else's words would confirm your worth. Now you understand that your value was never in question. You are secure because God is steady. And when your foundation is steady, everything else becomes easier to manage. There will be times when you feel stretched. Growth often stretches us beyond what feels comfortable. Do not resist this stretching. Muscles grow by stretching. Faith grows the same way. Each stretch is preparing you for greater responsibility, greater influence, and greater impact. God never stretches you to harm you. He stretches you to strengthen you. You may notice that your prayers feel more honest now. You no longer feel the need to sound perfect or say the right words. You simply speak from your heart. This honesty matters. God responds to sincerity, not performance. Speak freely, cry if you need to, sit quietly if you need to. He hears you even when words are few. As clarity continues to grow, you may begin to see certain patterns in your life more clearly. Patterns that once repeated without explanation now make sense. This understanding is not meant to shame you. It is meant to free you. Awareness breaks cycles. When you see clearly, you can choose differently. And choosing differently is how new outcomes are created. You may feel a renewed sense of responsibility for your life. Not pressure, but ownership. You understand now that while God directs your steps, you must still walk. Faith does not remove responsibility. It gives it meaning. Each decision you make now is an opportunity to align with what God is doing. There will be moments when you feel alone in your faith journey, not abandoned, but separate. This is because growth sometimes requires distance from noise. Solitude is not punishment, it is preparation. Some things are learned best in quiet places where distractions fade and clarity rises. Let your confidence remain gentle. Loud confidence often hides insecurity, but gentle confidence comes from peace. You do not need to announce your strength. It will be seen in how you respond, how you wait, and how you move forward without fear. As you continue, you may find that gratitude begins to shape your perspective. You start noticing blessings that were always there, but once overlooked. Breath, time, peace, direction. Gratitude shifts focus from what is missing to what is present. And what is present is enough to move you forward. You will learn that not every battle requires a response. Some things lose power when ignored. Discernment teaches you when to speak and when to stay silent. Silence, when guided by wisdom, can be more powerful than words. Do not be discouraged if growth feels slow at times. Deep roots grow slowly. Quick growth often lacks strength. What God is building in you is meant to last. He is not rushing the process because He values the outcome. As you walk, keep choosing faith over fear, patience over panic, obedience over impulse. These choices may seem small, but they shape your future. Consistency turns small decisions into powerful direction. Stay mindful of your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself with kindness. Encourage yourself when others do not. Remind yourself of truth. W. When doubt tries to creep in, the way you speak to yourself matters more than you realize. You may begin to feel a stronger sense of purpose stirring within you. Not pressure to perform, but a desire to contribute. Purpose is not always about big platforms or loud impact. Sometimes it is about faithfulness in simple places. Purpose flows wherever obedience leads. Remain anchored in prayer, even when life feels calm. Prayer is not only for storms, it is also for direction, gratitude, and connection. Staying close to God keeps your heart aligned even when things are going well. Continue staying connected to Joshua Selman wisdom. Let truth continue to shape your thinking. Let faith continue to strengthen your spirit. Growth is sustained by what you allow to feed you. As each day passes, walk with quiet confidence. You are not drifting, you are being led. You are not delayed, you are aligned. And even when the path is not fully visible, you can trust the one guiding your steps. Carry this peace with you, carry this faith with you, carry this assurance with you. You are moving forward, not by force, not by fear, but by grace. And that grace will continue to guide you, strengthen you, and carry you into everything God has prepared for your life.